important is happening, and it's about a possible curfew. We're going to listen to Mayor Aaron Mendenhall right now.
Only causing more pain. What's happening on our streets right now is not justice. Today, Salt Lake City wanted to give people the space they needed to express the anger and hurt and frustration felt by so many in our community. The right to protest is legitimate and it is critical to democracy. Hundreds, perhaps thousands of people in Salt Lake City did just that today, peacefully protest. We join with those who demand change and are ready to work together. The unfortunate choice of some to inflict destruction and chaos does nothing to right past wrongs or rebuild a system that is unjust. Salt Lake City Police made a calculated decision today to allow protest, vandalism, and even the loss of a police vehicle instead of ratcheting up the likelihood of a violent confrontation with aggressive police action as we've seen across the country. Salt Lake City Police are extensively trained in de-escalation, and their restraint today, even right now, is evidence of that. As we've seen in cities across the country, these protests have drawn some individuals that are less interested in racial justice than they are in wanton destruction. This is not acceptable, and it undermines the message these peaceful demonstrators marched for today. The safe space we offered for today's protests is no longer safe for anybody. So with my support, the Salt Lake City Police Department has been mobilized to stop the violence, destruction, and the looting in our city. Our police department is being supported right now by the Utah National Guard, Utah Highway Patrol, and police departments valley-wide. Additionally, I'm enacting through an emergency proclamation a curfew that will take effect at 8 p.m. tonight. The curfew will apply to the entire city. It will extend from 8 p.m. today until 6 a.m. Monday morning. During the hours of curfew, people may not be on a public street or in any public space, including for the purpose of travel, with the following exceptions: law enforcement, fire, paramedics, or other medical personnel, news media, people traveling to work.
I wonder why they don't switch to the
Caring for a family member, friend.
speaking now and watching her on Zoom, but
I believe that's Pastor Davis, and we're so glad you're back with us. I'm going to wrap my remarks and I'll hand it right off to you, Pastor Davis. The exceptions: people traveling to work, obtaining food, caring for a family member, friend, or an animal, traveling to the airport, seeking medical care, fleeing dangerous circumstances, or experiencing homelessness. Private businesses may remain open, but people may not be out on the streets or in a public space for reasons other than those I've just listed. Please, if you are on Salt Lake City streets right now and you do not meet those exceptions, go home. This city belongs to all of us. We've worked hard to build this place, and we must work just as hard to protect it and do the productive work of fixing what is broken in our city and in our systems. Violence is not helping.
Oh, I agree
Killer
with
Mike
that.
said to the city of Atlanta
I
and to our nation
100%.
last night, have strength,
Wow, I
empathy,
can't
and
believe I'm saying,
determination.
but I agree with that.
It is okay
I
to
agree
feel
with that.
anger.
I
It's
would.
okay to demonstrate. Violence and destruction only make the problems worse.
100% true.
Tonight I ask
100%
you,
true.
stop destroying our city.
100%
We
true.
will continue through the
I
media to
100% agree.
with you and update you
Wow, I
throughout the
agree.
evening and this weekend.
thank you, Mayor. This is Reverend Davis.